Whoa, what happened?
What happened to what?
Stand by, people.
What's the date today?
Why did this take place?
Must be the 20th.
It is the 20th. It's the first day. There we go.
Oh, I see us now.
Hiya, everybody.
20th. Oh, hold on. Got to turn my damn. There we go.
How long have we been doing this?
I
Oh, Ronnie.
think I'm good now.
All right.
It's hot.
If you are not watching the weather around the country, and everyone is suffering from something, whether it be flooding, flash flooding, or rains, or tornadoes, or humidity, or as we have it here in California, it's a heat wave.
It's hot.
And so I'm doing the show completely naked.
I can't imagine.
See? And you thought I was kidding, right?
And you know what's crazy is that Toby called us two pasty white guys. I don't know where he got that.
We objected to that. If you recall, we didn't like being called two pasty white guys. However, and look, see, I am naked all the way. So I wonder what's being said on the live chat.
So far, just good day. I said good day.
I said good day earlier.
Rick Clementson is first one in. He says good morning. Matt McGrew was next. Table Saw, he's here. And he says good morning all. Happy Father's Day.
My wife said last night, we went out for dinner, which we don't do a lot, but and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But my wife last night said, I think it's so cool that your old boss your old boss watches your show.
Yeah.
And
you know what? He adds some insightful comments.
Oh, to be sure. And as I mentioned last week, and it was just kind of a passing comment, but here's a guy who is 30 plus years old and is really in touch with pop culture. This is a guy buying cryptocurrency.
Oh, damn.
This is the guy who is a daily trader. He's pretty with it. And so I asked him one time, because I like to know why people watch the show. What's the reason? And I ask that so that we can give you more of what it is that you like.
Right.
And he said, why wouldn't I? It's a great show.
He's not wrong.
A ringing endorsement.
He's not wrong.
Matt McGrew, happy Father's Day to you. I have a story that involves you and Tisha. Stand by.
Well,
go ahead, Ron.
Look at Melanie Dotson. She's here. I bet you it's already 90 degrees there.
She can check that very simply on her phone, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What the holy naked white guy, says Sledneck. I'm naked. And not just the shirt. I'm naked from the shoulders and head down. So,
Kathy Garcia's popping in.
Hi, Kathy. Good morning to you. Jason Dent says, good day, gentlemen. We've already spoken with him this morning.
Oh, it's only 79 up north there.
In my garage, 85.
85.
Yeah.
Wow, that doesn't happen often.
No. My computer appears to be locked up, but you're not. I don't know why that is.
Oh, yeah. The YouTube's frozen. Wait. It's trying.
Yeah, I see it. It's not using too much data. 79 for now, says Melanie.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll get 100 easy because it's going to be, well, let me look at my weather here, see what we're going to be in the greater Sacramento area today.
Matt says his computer's locked up too.
100. We're going for 100 today on a Father's Day.
It's 72 right now as we speak. And we're still locked up, people. And I'm not sure if there's anything that I can really do about it. Let me check over here on OBS. That's moving along. A little bit behind. Yet, still moving along.
Sound a little bit like William Shatner there.
I know. Dang, man, I don't want to have to start a new program. It's only a few seconds behind. Why is it not showing me the check 1 2? It's frozen. I don't know what to do, Ron. Sledneck says, I think the Russians are hacking your nudity. They're jealous, Sledneck. You know. Maybe naked guys breaking the internet, says Melanie. Too much sexiness. YouTube can't handle it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure that
sorry.
had a lot to do with
I
it.
get that a lot. It's just something I deal with.
Well,
You know.
it's a cross you got to bear.
Yes. And I especially love Grizzly Bear. But we can hear you well, says Matt McGrew. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I always thought he was a nudist and tan
Well,
from top to bottom. Where's the bronze tan? 73 in the foothills of California.
Oh, that's nice.
You know what we forgot to do? A reading from the book of Bro.
Oh,
According
maybe that
to
won't freeze everything.
Brobocop,
He's the best.
Article 3, Section 2, no PDA. Public displays of affection, Ronnie.
Right. I'm all for that.
I don't want to have to tell you and your lovely wife Vicky again.
We're going to work on that.
Article 14, subsection 2. It's all right to cheat at any game where money isn't involved. In certain circumstances, relationships may be classified as games. Holy moly.
Ooh.
Who'd have thunk that?
I know.
And Article 21, Section 17, in a 6-person hot tub, there should be a maximum of 3 guys. That's it.
I think that's a fair assessment.
And I especially would like to approach our college demographic and reminding you that more than 3 bros in a hot tub at a time.
That's
not good.
No, that shouldn't happen.
This has been a reading from the book of Bro, according to Brobocop. Praise be to Bro. Imagine this is a little like what my wife does when putting on her makeup.
It's probably very similar.
There, I think that's enough of that. All right, Ronnie, I'd like to tell you a story this morning.
Hit me.
Your old buddy, Uncle Lou, or as my grandson calls my son, Kunkle. His name's Kunkle. Uncle Lou would like to tell y'all a little story. And it's the story about men and women and the story of getting married and not getting married. And it goes a little something like this. Once upon a time, a prince asked a beautiful princess, "Will you marry me?" The princess said no. Well, that can be a real blow to a guy's ego.
Oh, dang. That's a bummer.
And the prince lived happily ever after and rode motorcycles and fooled around with cute skinny girls and hunted and raced cars and went to naked bars and dated women half his age and drank beer, Jack Daniels and Captain Morgan, and drank the milk from the carton and never heard bitching, and then went to rock concerts and kept his apartment and his favorite jeans and never got cheated on while working, and his family and his friends thought he was so cool and cool as hell, and he had tons of money and left a toilet seat up the end. So those of you who wonder if you should get married,
that's paradise. Well, so today I learned something.
And went to concerts.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the lovely Mrs. Gallagher and I, we ventured out last night for the first time in 15 years.
Yes, please expand on this.
Okay, I would love to. It seemed like it had been 15 years, and I was so defiant in my vaccination that I walked among the zombies with no mask whatsoever, Ronnie.
Just throwing caution to the wind.
That's how I do it, all willy nilly.
That's how I roll.
Yeah. And so the wife and I, we went out for dinner. Now, when you're our age, what time is dinner?
Oh, it's like 5:30 maybe.
We made a reservation for 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when we got there and it was open, I heard somebody say, "Are they open yet?" That's how early we were. But we had a reservation and we wanted to be prompt.
And where'd you go?
We went to Black Angus.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's around the country. I don't think that it is.
I'm not sure either. I know it's.
Well,
I know it's in California. I've been to several in California.
I understand there's one in Roseville, which is a suburb of Sacramento. I
Yes.
was not aware of that, or I had done this long ago.
By the movie theaters.
Oh, yeah, I don't get over that way much. That's why I didn't know. Anyway, we went to Black Angus, and it's a steakhouse. It was a combination Father's Day, wedding anniversary dinner. We didn't get to go to dinner. It was just too many restrictions when our actual anniversary last month.
Yeah.
Wasn't going to do that. We were waiting for the Katie bar the door. And we got that. So I will tell you that we went. The serving staff was extremely nice. Our waiter, is it okay still to call them a waiter, or should I call him a wait person?
I think a waiter is still appropriate. Waiter and waitress.
I don't know. All right, the server
They.
was brand new. It was like his second night, so he was shadowing one of the more groomed. And I had the feeling when I heard the news, I had the feeling this must be going on with wait staffs all across the country now, as the doors are open again.
Yep.
And trying, as I saw on a news story last night, the problem. I'm sorry. The problem is not the wait staff; it's hiring people.
Right.
They can't get enough people to hire to fill the spots. They can't even work at capacity loads because they don't have enough people. So, in a nutshell, the service was okay. The food was not very good. The lobster, I had prime rib and lobster. We dumped a bunch on this dinner. But my wife kept saying to me, "Don't worry about it. It's the first time we've been out in 15 months. I don't care what it costs." So she had the lobster. The lobster was okay. And the prime rib was as rare as it possibly could be, which is not what I ordered. And I only ate a couple of pieces of that and brought it home because I thought maybe my microwave can save this.
Yeah.
So, and you know what? They had Sam Adams Boston Lager on draft.
Ooh.
And they have these, I don't know what size it is, like 48 ounce.
Holy cow.
Huge beers. And you know what? I didn't even look at how much it cost.
You're better off not. Yeah. You know what? It doesn't matter that much because a damn glass of iced tea is $3.50. So whatever it costs, that's what it costs.
Yeah. But my wife and I had a wonderful time with one another. She wanted me to take a picture of her, and I kept doing it. She could, "No, that's not it." Excuse me. "No, that's not it." "No, I don't like that one either." Finally, I said, "Take a selfie."
Right.
She did that, and she couldn't find one she liked either. So ultimately, there's no evidence that we were ever out.
But allegedly,
we were.
Yes. Yeah. Rumor has it you did go to Black Angus. Black Angus is pretty solid. We haven't been there in a while. We got this new barbecue and we've been making our steaks and tri-tips at home and it's amazing. I don't know. When I go out, I want to get some kind of specialty food that we don't make, like Mexican food or Chinese food or
Sure.
Italian food.
Well, at the same time, comparatively speaking, you go out to dinner about 20 times more a year than I do.
Yeah,
Maybe
we go
even
out pretty often.
yeah. So
Yeah.
when we go out, we blow a lot of money, Anyway, it was very nice to be out with my wife. So,
I went to Walmart yesterday. I
oh
had
my
to pick up
God.
some new wax, and I took my mask with me. But as I'm walking towards the store, I notice everybody coming out is not wearing a mask,
Oh, hell no.
and so I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to put it on unless I see somebody, or a sign. If they have a sign that says "Put your mask on," I'll wear my mask. But if not, I'm not going to wear it. It was so refreshing to just walk around and be able to breathe. The employees, most of them were wearing masks, which is fine. I get it. They don't know who everybody is, and maybe they haven't been vaccinated. I don't know, but I felt great just walking around with no mask on and getting my wax and getting the hell out of there. So,
Uh, Tisha McGraw says the FCC won't allow naked people over 39. So I'm in violation right there. But see, the thing
well,
is, we've clicked on the button that says this show is not for people under the age of 18.
yeah, but technically, if you're wearing slippers, are you really naked? See, right there. Well, now you are.
I'm naked. I don't know. I mean, I can stand up right now, but that's going to be the last thing we ever do on YouTube.
That's a completely different show.
Yeah, that's men are so stout. Let's see. Whoops, wrong mouse. FC. Let's see. Slippers, Ronnie. What color? Melanie says, "Quite a fairy tale, Lou." Ha ha. We've said it before, but let's say it again. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.
Yep.
And you know who else? Let's mention as a segment the moms that are filling in for dads.
Yes. Yep. There are definitely those.
And the dads that are filling in as stepdads.
Yes.
God bless you.
I know our next door neighbor, she just lost her stepdad a couple days ago, and she apparently, and he's been her stepdad for quite a long time, apparently. And I guess she was pretty attached. So she's at the house with mom right now trying to get everything together. But yep, you know what? Sometimes stepdads can be just as important, if not maybe more so, than your biological dad. So if biological dad is not there, yeah, you take what you can get.
So I'm on the internets the other night,
Yeah.
and I get a text message from Tisha. We're chatting it up.
Yeah.
She slid into my DM.
Yes.
And if I'm using that wrong, I'm sorry, because I don't know what that means. I say it a lot because it makes me sound cool. She says to me, "Oh, BTW, I'm watching To Tell the Truth the other night, and there's a guy on there that looks exactly like you, Lou."
Was it George Michael?
No, it was not George Michael.
Justin Timberlake?
Though I have brought sexy back today
Sasquatch?
in all my nakedness. I feel like that guy at the car dealership. Though I brought back sexy, there was a guy on the show, and she says, "I wish I could show that to you, or in the old days I would have taped it." She goes, "I recorded it." She goes, I record all of it To Tell the Truth, but I don't. There's no way I could get it to you." And I go, "Tisha, are you not familiar with on demand?" And so I went to on demand. I scrolled down to series. I scrolled over to the right, and there was To Tell the Truth right there.
I would be damned.
And the last episode was the one she was talking about, and it's with Jason Alexander. That'll help you to know which episode it is.
George Costanza?
Right. I think he's been on there before, but not recently. So the most recent one you can find with Joe Costanza, with Jason Alexander, is the one, and it's the third game that they play that this person is on. Now, I have to say that looking at this guy, Ronnie, he really looked just like me. I don't know if you can tell. Whoops, I guess this. I have this mole right here that I've had for years.
Yeah.
And I could probably have it taken off, but it builds character, is what it does.
Right.
He even had something similar to that. And at one point, I was out here with the missus, and my grandson was out here too, and I paused it on a shot where it was just the side and the back of my head. And I go, Jacob, who's that? He goes, Grandpa, you're on TV. And then I forwarded it a little bit more to where it showed the guy's face. And he goes, that's you.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. My wife was completely in denial, and I don't mean a river in Egypt. She was in complete denial of the thing. And I have to say, I thought he looked just like me. Now, the thing about it is, honestly, he wasn't a handsome guy. He was not a handsome man. Which made me, have a little retrospective immediately right there while watching. And that's one of the preliminary things that crossed my mind when I decided to do the show naked. Because I am a sexy man.
Dead sexy. Dead sexy. Get in my belly.
If you want, I'll talk to you like this too. But only if you want. How about this? Ronnie, how about them? I'm Batman.
Batman.
I'm the Batman.
Hey, maybe we should tell people what our Mantasy draft is today, because we may need a little help on picking. It is
all right.
It is the best Office TV series. So, anybody have any ideas? I know a couple come to mind immediately, but to get to 3 picks, it may take a deeper dive, and we need 6 actually, because it's a three series team. So each
Ronnie is speaking for himself, because I already have my list, and I'm ready to kick a little ass.
Yeah,
I'm ready to kick a little damn employee ass.
I think one comes to mind immediately for everybody, but beyond that, it's a little bit less obvious.
I really need to be careful with this sitting up thing in the seat to show you that I'm naked.
Yeah,
that one was very close right there.
Yeah,
that was very close to junk area.
Is your garage door open?
No. Does it look like it? I like to refer to this as my groinal region.
Well, hopefully nobody just comes out and opens the garage door.
How about this? Hooli checks in and says, I'm late. What's going on? Melanie says Lou is naked. Yeah. Hi, Hooli.
That's the premise of the show.
Matt McGrew says Lou is the most popular guy at the nude beach because he can hold all the donuts. At least a dozen.
Oh, Sakar's here. She says The Office. I'm sorry, I think Sakar's not a she. I think Sakar's a guy. I can't honestly remember. Yeah,
well,
anyway.
We don't know all the time, so we could make that mistake.
The Office. Table Saw says News Radio. Sledneck says WKRP.
Do you remember
and Melanie says Mary Tyler Moore Show. Those are 4 winners right there.
Do you remember that radio news show or news radio show, whatever?
Yes. Yeah, that was if somebody just mentioned that, and that's a great one.
I
I
thought it
think
was a good
actually
show.
I think that was Robert mentioned News Radio. Um, it had that dude. I cannot think of his name, but he's been on a couple. In fact, he was in like a comedy troupe. It wasn't. It might have been like the New Kids, whatever they call
Wasn't
that
David
thing.
Spade on that show, or am I thinking of some other show?
Uh, you know what? Maybe I miss. Maybe I because I think David Spade was also in a really good show. Boy, yeah, yeah. I should have done more research,
All
but
right, look,
I've got a pretty good list, I think.
we do
And
our
with what I'm seeing here,
Mantasy
let it.
draft each weekend at the bottom of the hour. So at 8:30, we've got a few minutes left before we rock paper scissors. So if you've got a TV show, dang it, Ron. If you've got a TV show that is work related, and when I say that, I could not give a better example of than The Office. But this could go back as far as you want to go.
Right.
And what's going to happen is we're each going to pick in a special sequence the three best, the three that we think are the best, and that's how we assemble our team. And so Ron will pick three, and I'll pick three, and then we'll have you, our beloved viewers, cast your vote on who you think has the best team. There, I could not have said it more simply. All right.
Uh, David Spade was in the show Just Shoot Me.
That too. Now George Siegel was in that show.
He
The
was, as a
grandpa
matter of
from
fact.
the Wonder Years.
Yes.
I
No,
remember
not the
that.
Wonder Years, the Goldbergs.
Sorry, that's what I meant. I was thinking
Yeah.
one thing and said the other.
Yeah.
Um,
Who we lost recently,
yeah.
George Siegel.
Oh, speaking of which, you know, this morning I was up. Yeah, I'm always up early on Sundays, and for whatever reason, I decided that I would check our analytics for our YouTube show, our channel.
Yeah.
And so the first thing that comes up is what they call the dashboard, and they just give you a quick look at a couple of things. And I look at it, and the first thing I look at is that subscriber number is down. So I click view more. I come over here. 1 like, 2 likes, dislike, 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 dislike in a row. 4
What?
in a row. I'm telling you, paint drying can get more likes or subscribers than our show. And I'll tell you another thing, which is really scary, because we're about to take off some time. I think little time away. I'm not sure when, but our numbers go up when we aren't on. What does that tell you?
You know what? Actually, next Sunday, I'm not sure I'll have all my equipment. We're going to be in San Francisco. So we probably will be taking next Sunday off.
No argument from this guy. All right, let's get to our Mantasy drafts. Oh wow. The Dick Van Dyke Show, says Matt McGrew.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
House of Cards, says Table Saw.
I never saw that.
I
I
didn't
think I
either.
watched one or two episodes, and if something doesn't grab me right away, I'm not in.
Yeah. But see, nowadays, it used to be that if you missed the premiere of a show, I mean, like, what was it called? Don't Miss Thursdays, or what do they call it?
Yes.
Don't Miss
Must watch.
Must Watch Thursdays with Seinfeld. If you miss Seinfeld, you were effed.
Right.
You had to listen to everybody else tell all of the lines and blah
Right.
blah 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 blah.
Well, there was no Netflix, and so it was a lot tougher. If you missed the first, like, if you wanted to watch Breaking Bad and you missed the first show, forget about it. Unless you have Netflix, because it will not make much sense if you don't see that very first setup show on a lot of these series.
Yep. Okay, so it's time now for our rock paper scissors portion of our show. Right.
This
at
is the
bottom
portion
of
where I
the-
always win.
We were watching, the wife and I were watching the show last Sunday, and
Yeah.
she goes, "You should be ashamed of yourself. You're doing terrible in this game."
She's not wrong.
I go, "Do you think so? Do you think I'm trying hard enough?" She goes, "Well, maybe if you'd win rock, paper, scissors once in a while." So today I'm determined. And I'm telling you right now, I am going to pick a winner of a team, and you're going to vote for me.
You know what? Hooli says she posted a video of an owl from kayaking and got 400 plus views
Bingo.
in one day.
Bingo. Now, look, that's not to say that we don't have our share of views. Our number one video actually has 35,000 plus views. So it's,
I've got a few car show videos that have, I think, like 300 views. So it's not impossible, but you have to find the right audience for sure.
And speaking of which, we have 18 in the room. I'd like for everybody to check that thumbs up button right now and like the show, okay?
Yeah, we need to counteract all those dislikes.
Wow, no truer words have been spoken on this program before. Okay, so I am naked. If you're just tuning in, I can prove it. You ready, Ron?
There goes the ratings.
Right
through the roof. Through the roof.
We're going viral, and you and I are both riding this wave, Magnum. Okay, it's time for rock, paper, scissors.
Okay. Oh, did you hear that?
Yeah, actually I did.
My fingers just cracked.
And I was able to hear it over my fan. So.
Oh, boy. Oh, there goes another one. Okay. I know exactly how I'm going this week.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, shoot. And 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Oh, dang. All right. All right. Okay.
All right, ready? And 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Oh, well, all right. Okay.
And 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Oh, dang. Holy
I got
cow.
it, honey. How about that?
God
High five
darn
to
it.
my wife. There you go.
Uh,
All right, now.
I feel like I let Teresa down this week.
Yeah, she always votes for you. Okay. We are doing in our Mantasy draft. Whoops, my screen just went down. The best workplace comedies of all time. Okay, and I keep giving this example, and I'm just going to go ahead and go with it because, in my opinion, it's the best one. The Office will be my first pick. The Office.
I think everybody would agree with that.
Okay, I've got the odds.
However, I think I have. That's definitely 1A. I think I have 1B.
All right, tell us what it is.
Parks and Recreation.
You bastard.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your second pick, Ronnie?
And then I also have 1C, 30 Rock.
Okay. So now Ronnie has picked his 2 picks in the second round. And I've picked my first, and now I have 2 coming to me. And I'm going to choose the... Whoa.
You almost said something.
I know.
The Mary Tyler Moore shows, I think, is what you're going to say.
Yeah, it was. But before I pick that, I'm going to go for a show that's kind of old, but everybody loves this. When you used to watch this program, you'd think to yourself, Man, I wish I could do that and have that kind of fun. Working at radio station WKRP in
WKRP.
Cincinnati.
And
And
Lonnie Anderson.
yeah,
Girl.
and I'm doing that because Frank Bonner just passed away.
Yes.
And that was Herb Tarlick, for those of you that didn't know. And in as much as that show was perfect for its time and place, I can tell you, as a guy who's worked in the business for a long, long time, all of those characters that you would see on that show, you would encounter in your radio career. And by all means, there was always a Herb Tarlick at every radio station. There, what was the program? Andy was the
Was perfect hair.
Yes, he did, and
I tried to style my hair like him all through high school.
he and Jennifer held that station together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then there was the big guy and Les Nessman.
Yes. What's his line in "As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly"?
All right, so I've picked The Office, I've picked WKRP, and I've decided to choose Cheers.
That's a good
A
one.
dark horse. People, let's go over to Ronnie for his last pick.
And see, this is where I think I'm gonna kind of tie up all the loose ends here and seal the deal. I'm going with Taxi.
Oh, I forgot to put that on my list. Shoot.
Yeah, Taxi. Okay. So let me just recap here.
All right.
Lou, with his first pick, took off The Office.
Right.
Then he took WKRP in Cincinnati.
In Cincinnati.
And his last pick was Cheers. Solid team.
Cheers to you.
I took Parks and Rec, 30 Rock, and Taxi.
Okay, vote
so
now.
Let me rip off a piece of paper here.
I need to get you right now.
And you may vote.
There we go.
Yes, you may
Tisha
vote
says
now.
Lou was a former Chippendale. You know what, Tisha? No, I wasn't a Chippendale, but when I was in Salt Lake City, my agent got me an opportunity to pose in Playgirl magazine.
Oh, dang.
I didn't do it.
Oh.
And I certainly wouldn't do it today.
Lou got the first. Lou wins. But the Yankees hat means I'm not voting.
Robert says he's never even seen The Office. Oh, my God, Robert.
Oh, Lord.
I've seen every single episode now. Some of them 3 times.
Yeah.
If it's on and I don't quite exactly remember, I watch it again.
You know, there's one channel here that probably shows about 6 hours of The Office back to back to back on cable.
Right.
And I watch it
actually, there's
times.
a couple of them. Nick at Night does it. Yeah, they do. Nick at Night does Friends. That's
yes.
another one, but that's not an Office thing.
No. Melanie says she met Lonnie Anderson. Her daughter lives in Reading. Wow, I didn't know that.
I had no idea.
You know what? Vicky and I, one year, we went to Lake Tahoe for Labor Day. And every Labor Day, they have paddle wheel races. They have 2 paddle wheeler boats in Lake Tahoe. One's called the Miss Tahoe, and the other one's called the Tahoe Queen, I think.
I've been on that one.
And they race them side by side. They go down, and then they make a big U-turn. They go around each other, and then they come back.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
And there's probably 300 people aboard, and they have live bands, and they have food and everything else. And it
Betting?
was there's no betting, but it was one of the funnest times. Lonnie Anderson was on our boat. They had like celebrities on each boat. Lonnie Anderson was on ours. She was beautiful. And this was probably, I bet this was 15 years ago, but she was still stunningly beautiful.
Yeah, and if something should happen to the boat, she had her own life preservers.
She what?
I got to repeat the joke.
Oh.
Damn it, Ronnie.
My ice machine clicked and like 6 ice cubes dropped.
You know
right
what?
when
You're
you were
the only
saying
one
that.
that's not going to hear that joke. So that That's your
I'll watch it
problem. Yeah.
I'll watch it when I rerun this.
All right, let's go over some of the statistics here on how we're doing in our Mantasy draft.
Yeah, let me
Shall you, Ronnie?
see.
Shall you?
I had to scroll back a little bit. Lou wins per Rick. Okay. Ronnie and I met Lonnie Anderson. Yeah, I was just saying that. Vicky, why don't you vote? Lou for the win. Uh-oh. I haven't watched any of these shows. Hooli, what in the world? Lou for the win, says Matt.
Only because he's naked.
Matt's naked too, or let's see. Kathy Garcia says going with Lou. Table saws going with Lou. Hooli had the message deleted. And then Hooli. And then Tisha for Lou.
Thank you, Tisha. That's cool. It's been a while. I'm feeling good about this. I wish I had my dang trophy. I know you're taking that everywhere you go and telling people it's yours.
I've gotten a lot of free drinks out of that.
I adore Aubrey Plaza, so Ronnie gets my vote. Sledneck, I could not agree more.
She is so eclectic.
Oh, she is just dynamite in that role.
Yes. Yeah. She's perfect. It's almost as if that role was like, we need somebody that's way out there. Who do we choose? Who else? We choose the person who's not acting like they're way out there. They just are.
Yeah. I like when she says two things and then the person goes, what? It's nothing.
Yeah.
I feel like that sometimes. Both things I just said went right over your head, and I'm not backing up.
This is a runaway. I got one vote. It's like 9-1.
Oh, did you see what your wife says?
Oh, I know. She's a Yankees fan. Nobody's perfect.
Lou wins with the Yankees hat since Ronnie called me out.
I do that sometimes.
All right, we need your votes right now, and your likes on this episode, please. I was watching this episode on YouTube, and it was of this. It's right at the top of my, what do you call it? Like a feed or a homepage?
Yes.
Okay. And right at the top, there's this girl who's kind of attractive. It's not really my type, but she models clothing that gets sent to her in a big box. And I guess she does bathing suits and lingerie.
Okay.
And so you're saying to yourself, well, how does she try it on without getting naked? No. Maybe that's where this idea came from. Anyway, her video was up for not more than like about 5 minutes, and she had like 75,000 views already.
Shocking.
I don't know how that's possible. And what I was going to say was, she starts every show, before she even starts getting naked, she starts every show by saying, please like our show and like our channel and subscribe, before she's even done anything. You know, that's why we really don't usually ask you to subscribe or like the program normally till the end of the show, because we've put our junk out there on the table, and now it's out there for you to peruse. Ronnie? We're frozen again. Melanie says Vicky is pretty sassy this morning.
Yeah, and I said agreed, like every morning.
Hi, okay, Larry.
I'm conceding because it's 9-1. There's no possible way I can come back. So
okay.
Congratulations. And I really thought Parks and Rec was gonna score me more, but The Office is, and if it doesn't matter if you're looking at the British version or the American version, they're both pretty damn good. Ricky Gervais, I don't know how you feel about him.
Who?
Ricky Gervais.
Oh, yeah. No, I think he's very funny.
He's so clever.
There's actually an episode where he makes an appearance on the show, and he meets Michael coming off an elevator.
I can't remember if I've seen that one or not.
And Michael Scott starts doing some of his characters for him because he's got an accent, you know.
Right.
But the accent that Michael Scott starts to do is like Scottish.
Oh God. He's so awkward.
Okay, Larry says I'm withholding my vote out of protest. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, Larry, but you know what? You just got passed up, just like that,
Yeah.
as if it made no difference.
Well, you know
The
what?
Lou Gallagher train was running this morning.
So I think we're going to allow Larry to vote twice next week then. No, we're not.
No, we
No,
would never do that.
no, we're not.
Okay, so I got my Father's Day card here. Let's see. There it is. You can see it.
Oh, nice.
My grandson brought it out here. And says, Grandpa, we love you. Thanks for always being there for all of us. Love, Jake. We love you. Love, Katie. Happy Father's Day. Love, Nick.
Well,
And happy Father's Day from Josh. And the card says, today we're celebrating the best dad and grandpa a family could ever have. Today we're celebrating you. So, Ronnie, don't bother trying to be the number one father.
can I be like the third best maybe? I don't know. I probably don't even stand a chance at second, but third, I'd be happy with third. At least I'm on the podium.
Well, maybe if you get a mug.
Oh,
You
boy.
might need a mug.
Yeah.
World's greatest dad. Or boss. I would take that too. Oh, let's see.
So I was going to tell you a story, but I didn't want to give away my pick of Taxi.
We have a new subscriber right this moment. It's Valerie Susan 52, who likes our show, likes our channel, and then dislikes our channel the next day.
Oh, damn.
You know what? I speak the truth.
There's no accounting. It's hard
How
to.
could you like us one day and then not like us the next day?
Well, because we wore shirts one day and then the next day somebody didn't. I don't know.
Shirts? You think it comes down to shirts? What about when you're
just-
playing skins and shirts and skins at school?
I'm just
very
saying.
cool
I don't
right
know.
now.
I'm speculating.
I'm very
It's a
cool
stretch.
right now. Look, I even have my fan blowing on me.
It's whatever you held up is the same color as your background, so it was invisible.
I just spilled my coffee.
So Vince and I went to Cars and Coffee yesterday morning.
Oh, cool.
It's back at Palladio, and we got there early enough. I got to park in Corvette Row, and there was still one space available, and this older third generation Corvette pulled in, and he had T-tops, and he had the T-tops off,
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
and he had very thin, but kind of and long hair, and he was standing up like all crazy. And so I said to Vince, I go, "Oh my God, it looks like Jim from Taxi." And it totally did. I can't. What's his name? Lloyd. Oh my God.
Christopher? No.
Is it Christopher Lloyd? No.
Christopher Lloyd. Yeah, that's it.
Is it? Yeah. So I go, totally looks like, I go, or, Doc Brown, basically.
Right.
And then there was a guy standing probably 20 feet away who did not hear what I said. And he yells over, "Make sure you don't get that thing up to 88 miles an hour." And so he absolutely did. And I don't think he realized how much he looks like Doc Brown from Back to the Future. And then a DeLorean pulls in about 15 spaces away. Like, this is like the craziest set of circumstances ever.
Irony.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, complete irony.
Wow. So the turnout's still pretty good for those?
Oh, man. It was huge yesterday. We got there super early because I really wanted to park in Corvette Row because Vince has a drone and he wanted to get some pictures of the whole venue. So we got there early, and there were probably only about a dozen cars when we got there. And when we left, I would venture to guess that there were 300 cars.
Wow.
everything from Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Aston Martins, every kind of Porsche you can imagine, almost every generation of Corvette.
It seems to me that the whole concept is kind of branching out to different communities at this point, which might have an effect on car counts.
Yeah, yeah. So I know they're doing one in Whitney Ranch. They've just recently started one. It's a, and you know what? It really is. It's such a great community. Uh, we just talked to a guy. He had bought a brand new Corvette. He's actually bought two of them, so I hate him already. But he had just bought a brand new Corvette 3 weeks ago when I saw him up in El Dorado Hills. And then when I saw him yesterday, he said, "Yeah, my other Corvette just came in. It's down at Boardwalk Chevrolet, which is in Redwood City." And he goes, "So I'm going to go pick that one up probably tomorrow." Like, oh boy. And they're like polar opposites. One's black with yellow stripes, and the other one's yellow with black stripes. So, and both convertibles. So,
What is the idea behind those flashy colors? Isn't it like a big sign that says, "Look at me"?
it kind of is.
Officer, I'm not going to go the speed limit.
Yeah, yeah. You know what?
I can't drive 55.
They call them high impact colors.
Hi, UK
And
Paul
that,
Paul. High impact colors?
high impact. Yeah. And you know who started those is like Dodge Plymouth. They started them with the Sublime,
Oh,
those
right, right,
bright green, and then Plum Crazy Purple.
right. Mm-hmm.
They also had Moulin Rouge, which was and Panther Pink.
Yeah.
Um, so they really started the whole trend, and it's a lot of supercars. You'll see there was a Lamborghini there yesterday that was fluorescent orange. Um, so I think it's one of those things. If you're going to have a high impact car, you want to drive it in a high impact color. Or if you just want to blend in, you can go black is a very, subtle color. So
Yes, it
it
is.
still looks good when it's super clean.
All right. Let's see. Is that everything we wanted to talk about? Was there something you wanted to mention that you said to me earlier today?
No, that was it. Yeah,
Okay.
that was my Jim from Taxi Doc Brown story.
We've got some sports going on this weekend. My New York Yankees are at home against your Oakland A's, and I
Yep.
believe that in the 3-game series, it's all tied up 1-1.
Okay.
And I think the rubber game of the match is today. Should be a good game, but I will tell you that my Yankees constantly struggle against the A's.
A's are in first place, so they're having a good season. My Giants also first place. This is the only sport where I really follow more than one team is Major League Baseball, and I'm
Well,
still kind of semi boycotting, so I'm not watching any. But I do get the scores, and I do look at the standings, and so it's a good season. It's a good year for Bay Area baseball.
most certainly it is. Yeah. Happy Father's Day to each and every one. I know we said it at the top of the show, but many people join us toward the back end. And to those people, we wish you a very happy Father's Day. And present company included, Ronald. Happy Father's Day to you.
You know, UK Paul Paul is here,
Right.
and I'm assuming he's from the UK. Do they
Mm-hmm.
celebrate Father's Day in the UK?
Good question, Ronnie.
I
Paul
don't
Paul?
know.
Let's see. Melanie says Lou doesn't have a dad bod. He is a father figure. That's a George Michael song.
Father figure?
Yeah.
Huh. There's a. I went and picked up some CDs yesterday. There's a double CD in there from George Michael's greatest hits. Must have 30 songs on there.
He had a lot of hits, and I used to play all of them back in the 80s on the radio.
Yeah,
Every week there seemed to be a new song. Okay, so we have 12 people in the room right now. If you haven't already done so, please click the like button. I'd like to see that up somewhere around 20 or so. That would be very nice. If you're watching on the replay, if you've made it through all of the hiccups of our stream, thank you. Also give it a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. But please, if you're going to unsubscribe tomorrow, don't bother. It gives me more grief, okay? Matt McGrew says, go Giants.
I do love me some Giants. I think Buster hit home runs 2 days in a row.
Yeah, he's seeing the ball real well right now, and that's
He's my. I mean, I love me some Buster because I named my dog after him. So there's that.
Yeah. The dog that everyone loves. So.
he just doesn't love anybody but our little family.
Paul, please answer the question. I'm trying to get out of here, and I'm waiting for you to answer. Do they celebrate Father's Day in the UK?
I mean, these are the kind of questions that we really need answers to.
You kidding me? We've got a lot of questions.
I don't know how many times a day somebody's going to ask me. We'll just be someplace. Maybe when we go out to eat, and the waiter will go, do you know if they celebrate Father's Day in the UK? And I'm going to go, I don't know. Paul never answered.
Well, look right now.
Oh, wait.
Happy UK Paul says, at Corvette Ronnie, yes.
Woo! That's a relief. All right. Is it the same day? Probably. I would guess it probably.
More questions.
It was a 2-part question. I'm just.
You didn't preface it by saying that.